So for the first one, I have one of these boxes from the Dollar Tree. I have a wood chunky heart, a key, paint. This is a new ballet slipper paint. I love it. I don't even like pink, but I like that. And then I have a printable, which I didn't end up using, but I'll show you later. But anyways, the key is a cutout from the Dollar Tree as well. And I don't know if you can find these little signs anymore, but any sign will work. And I just painted it gray. I painted my pink heart. I painted my heart pink. And then I'm going to paint my key with this gold pen from the Dollar Tree as well. And then when I get that painted, I had put pencil on this, and I was going to use it as a transfer, but I can't write worth a crap, and the pen, the gold pen I wanted to do it with was too fat, so I just decided to just do it in black. And I did it in vinyl, and I cut it out on my Silhouette, but you can do it on your Cricut or whatever you have, or you can do the trace method if you can write worth of anything. So anyway, I'm just putting it on there, and I'm using my the duck contact paper as my transfer tape, because y'all know I love that stuff. If you've been hanging around any amount of time, that's all I use most of the time for transfer tape. So anyways, I got that on there, and I'm just going to take, I was going to do just hot glue, and then I thought, no, I want this to stay. So I'm going to take some Titebond Quick and Thick, and I'm going to put that on there, and then I'm going to put some hot glue around it real thinly. If you put hot glue on, it makes it stick out. So I just put a thin layer, and then I'm going to smoosh it all down in there dead center, because I'm perfect at this. Not. But anyway, I give it my best shot, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm just going to put my key on by using my Titebond. Hot glue, it'll pop off. So that is that. And then I'm going to take my chippy brush and my white paint, and I'm going to distress this a little bit. Now, you do not have to do this at all. I know some of you don't like it, but it's my style. So then when I get that done, I'm just going to take this little bitty bow. This is a piece of burlap string. I pulled it out. I had it laying around. It's just real thin. And I just made a teeny tiny bow by doing a shoestring bow and glued it right there. And that is that. Now, for the second one, these are so easy that it hurts. I am just going to take these stickers that I got, and I am going to stick them on. I had this double heart. I'm telling y'all, I had a bag of junky, wood, chunky, any kind of hearts, and I just started digging hearts out, and they are perfect, you know. But anyway, and then this one, I am going to stain it, and I'm going to use a wet towel, and I'm just going to stain it. I'm not worried about that side with the hole on it. I'm not using that side. I'm not even going to worry with it. And I'm just going to give this a quick stain, and on the sides it will be darker, just so you know. And I also did stain the edges of the double heart there. And all you're going to do is just stick your sticker on this, and you can be done if you want to. But I'm going to take a piece of that burlap twine, and I'm just going to tie a bow the same size, and I'm going to use my fabric tack glue, and I'm going to make a thin line across this burlap right here, just on the sticker, just a thin line. I could have never done this with hot glue, so fabric tack is very, very good glue. So I just stick my little twine there. This is going to be a little 3D effect. It's so stinking cute when I'm done. And then I just made another little bow, and I'm going to put fabric tack on the bow and stick it right down where that bow is on that paper. And then, ain't it cute, y'all? And it just sits sideways. It's chunky, so it sits up all by itself. Now this one, I am going to take, this is another easy one. This is just gray chalk paint, and that's because the edge of this right here is gray. And then I painted just the sides and not worried about the top. Stick the sticker on. Y'all, this is so easy. And then I just glue one of the Dollar Tree blocks on the back to make it stand up. These are so easy for tiered tray DIYs. You cannot get no easier than these. Now one of them is kind of complicated, but you know, it's okay. So here we go. I had this painted heart. I don't even know where it came from. Stuck a sticker on after I pulled that little top piece off, and there you go. And then I'm going to stick twine in this key just because it was laying there, and then I'm going to tie it on. There was a hole in that heart, just happened to be. If not, I would have glued it on. And then tie a bow, and that's it. And I think it's cute, minus the glue strings, and if I can hold on to it. And then I took one of the large paint stir sticks from Lowe's, and I cut these pieces 2 1/8, and then I have some cardstock. The cardstock I cut at 3 3/8 inch and 2 1/4 inch. And this is going to be my book covers. I'm making little books. And then I cut one out of a piece of paper, and then I bent the paper in half and then put the book on it. I wanted some edges to come out a little bit. So I wanted a middle, so now I know where my middle is. And I'm going to take that middle and put it exactly in the middle of this wood. Then I'm going to take and fold it over. I'm going to get my creases, and then I'm going to mark my creases. This is the easiest way I knew how to do this. I hope I'm not confusing y'all. So there's my creases, and I'm just going to take my paper, and I'm going to line my paper with my creases to my little cardstock boards here, or cardstock cutouts, and then I'm going to mark it. And then I'm going to take a scoring tool, and I am going to lay my ruler down, and then I'm going to score the edges. I ended up using the pink tool because this just wasn't cutting it. I mean, I don't want to cut it. I mean, it wasn't working. So yeah, there's my pink tool from the Dollar Tree, and you hold it sideways so that it doesn't cut, and it works great. So once I get those, now I know how to put my book bindings together. I just use my ruler, and I'm going to make my creases a little bit flatter, and then there's my little books. And I'm going to do that to all of my little cardstock pieces. So now I'm going to take a piece of Wonder Under. This stuff is awesome for fabric and sewing because I'm going to sew around my books. But you can get this at Walmart. I'll have it pinned. You can use Heat and Bond Light too. It'll work. But I'm going to cut out a piece bigger than what I need. And I'm just going to mark it. This is what I'm talking about. This is going to be, I'm going to cut around about that much. And then I'm going to trace around my exact rectangle that I want to cut. The reason you're leaving excess is so that your fabric won't fray. So then you're going to cut out around the outside. And then when we iron this on the fabric, okay, make sure that you have the right side. I noticed when I put it down, I thought, is this the right side? And then I looked over, and there is no wrong or right side. They look the same, but this one, it has a wrong side and a right side. You want to put it on the wrong side. And all you're going to do is take your iron and fuse this down. Make sure you hold it before you move it, or stick it down before you move it. Then I am going to trace or cut right around the square. And this, like I said, is going to put glue on the whole thing, and it'll keep your fabric from fraying. And then once this is cut, I am going to take this and I'm going to peel the paper backing off. I couldn't get it off. I used the pink tool to pry it up. It's not hard, but don't pick your fabric. Be easy. And then once you get that off, you're going to take your little book cover, and then you're going to stick this down, hold it tight, and then iron it down. And it fuses very, very well. And like I said, I like the Wonder Under better than the Heat Bond. If you do sew, you do need Heat Bond Light, but I prefer Wonder Under. It doesn't gum up the needle. So I have sewn my book covers, but you can't see it. I'll show you in a minute. But I take hot glue and run down the book, and then I put it down and put the binding part down first. Then I'm going to take Tite Bond Quick and Thick, and I am going to glue my binding to my book, or my cover to the book. And I want this, I made this, I don't know if you noticed, to hang over just a little bit, because it looks more like a book, and the book is inside of it. And I prefer it that way, and I'm going to do this to all of them. Now, I've got these little hearts, and I just painted them white and used a marker to put my stitch lines in it. You don't have to do that. I just thought it was cute. There's where I sewn or have sewn around the book bindings. Might be a little blurry, but you get the drift. Now, I'm going to glue my books together. Right now, I'm picking Type Bond out because it was not appealing. You know, I didn't notice it squished out. But I did use clips to make it all stay and held that way for a while. But all I'm going to do is put glue down, and I'm not quite putting these together. I want them staggered. That's just the look I want. You do you, boo, okay? And then I am going to put the top on. These are so cute. They look so realistic, like little mini books. I love it. I hate the ones that are, you know, flat together, like when you use a crate. It doesn't look like a book. To me, it looks like a painted crate. So I just thought these were cute, and they're perfect for a little tiered tray. And I'm going to tie baker's twine that I got at Dollar Tree. And you've seen me put a dab of glue, and that just held it tight so I could tie my bow. That way it wouldn't be slipping. So then once I get it, I just tie a little bow on there. And then that part's done. And then I'm going to take glue, and I'm going to just hot glue my little hearts on the ends of my strings. And this was so stinking cute when I got, like I said, it's my favorite, y'all. It's my favorite. Hands down, has to be my favorite. This one is so easy. I'm just going to paint some of the square blocks that you get in a pack at Dollar Tree. And then once they're dry, I'm just going to take a Sharpie marker, and I'm going to put XO, XO, XO. And these are, you can do them this way. You can stack them, as you'll see in the last video, but that's it. And now I have 2 chunky hearts, and these are like easy peasy too. The hardest one, I promise, was the most detailed, was the little books. So I'm going to take these chunky hearts, and I'm going to give them a coat of red chalk paint. And I'm not going to worry about the one side. I'm just going to do one side and the edges. And then I am just simply going to take this vinyl that I had left over from previous DIY. This is from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to set it down here. Mark my little lines. This is so easy cut because it has lines for you. And then I'm just going to put it down on there. I'm just going to cut 2 of them, one for each heart. And these are just going to be, you know, just a toss on your tray. They're real easy and real cute. So what I'm going to do is just put my vinyl down, squeegee it on, and then I'm going to take sandpaper or sanding block, and I'm going to scrape my edges off, and they're done. This project could not have been any easier, and they just sit on the side. They're so cute. Now, this one is just as easy, but you have to cut this board. This is one of those signs that they have for every stinking season, all the time at Dollar Tree, and some of their little laser cut words. I've had these forever, and all I'm going to do is take my miter box once I mark where I want them, and I'm just going to saw and cut my boards where I need them. I sanded them down real good. And I'm just going to take this marker. This is one of the furniture markers from Dollar Tree. And I am just going to paint or color, whatever, my little words. Once they are done, vinyl time again. Y'all, this is still one roll of vinyl from the DIY I did previous. The first Valentine DIY. This stuff goes a long ways. And I'm just going to take and cut them, measure them, and put them on my block. Once I got it adhered, I used my sander and sanded the edges off. And I'm just going to use the fabric tack to put my words on. All you needed was a thin line of glue or some little dots. This holds really well. I didn't show me gluing it. Y'all know how to glue stuff. I mean, now, center them as best as you can, and there they are. Just little things. Here is the tray, and it is so pretty. I added the beaded garland there that you see, and then I added some Dollar Tree felt roses that I had left over, And I just arranged this to where it was appealing to my eye. You know, I'm not a pro at this tray thing. And I added some wood roses, some more felt roses, you know, just anything to put in here as fillers. I don't like my trays crowded, you know, that may be a problem I have, but I don't like them crowded. So more wood roses and felt roses and some of those pink chunky hearts I had in my stash. And there it is. So y'all know the drill. Help a girl out. All your likes, comments, subscribes, and all that helps my channel to grow. So until next time, you are a blessing. Goodbye.